So I became Chelsea owner to try and rebuild them after Todd Bowley's gone. Make them the greatest team in the world and the greatest team in England. So far we've lifted an FA Cup, which should get the team into Europe. But a club like Chelsea, we don't settle for that. And we also don't settle for no signings. As yes people, welcome to episode 2 of the Chelsea build. 226 million is how much I'm actually investing into this team. We've got the Community Shield today against Arsenal, the league winners, and we did qualify for the Europa League next season. We've got to finish in a Champions League place, win the FA Cup, and these are my objectives, because obviously I am the club owner. And yes, I said we would have new kits, but I am investing the money into the team. So this season, unfortunately, we keep the same. That's every kit, the blue one, the goalkeeping one, the away one, and I said in episode 1 we'd get new kits. That's going to come in the next season. This build finishes when we win the Champions League, and obviously that's not possible this year. So we have what we have now, and let's have a look at the team. We discussed sign-ins at the end of last episode, as Reece James has pulled his hamstring. Brilliant. Sanchez is coming into the new season with an injury. Even better, as we've got plenty of players back from loans. We need to get Chelsea ticking here, and I said we need a keeper. We've got Mike Penders. He's back from Strasbourg, as that's another thing altogether. They was owned by the Blue Co. Right, I'm going to have to meet with Gary O'Neill. This is the Strasbourg manager. Gary, as you know, Todd Bowley had this club bought. However, he's left football altogether and I've purchased Chelsea. That means I want to kill off our links with this club to let it be its own separate thing. It also unfortunately means you're not going to get all the loan players from us. And unfortunately, you're not in the running for the new Chelsea manager. As yes, today we've got to get a new manager in. There's shortlists going round online of who's next in terms of the job. Gareth Southgate mentioned. I'd like to tell you now he's not in my plans, as I've got to plan out this Chelsea side. Loans, signings, everything. I'm not going to be as crazy as in real life. I spoke on the Youth Academy as the season starts with Liverpool and Arsenal in the first month, after Arsenal in the Community Shield. Obviously that's going to get played. I brought in coaches a bit last season. I'm actually going to check the academy for a player. And we've got these guys we can promote. Declan Hodgson and Joseph Coleman. They're going to get promoted, as I spoke with Callum McFarlane on utilising this youth. He was in the academy before stepping up to the caretaker role. So the first scout gets sent to England. The second scout, I'm going to go to Brazil for an ex-Estaval. And the final 5-star one, I'm going to go rogue with Iceland. No reason at all, as I'm speaking to Reece James again, a lot of speaking to players, saying, Reece, I don't have a manager in mind to actually take over Chelsea just yet. Callum McFarlane's going to stay in charge until we actually find a permanent boss. And I'd like to let you know, as club captain in that dressing room, I'm going to be making changes as owner, spending my own money and also getting some players out. He says that's fine, but just to let you know, turmoil is what could cause the club to spiral. And I get that, but we've got 42 players in this squad, no one out on loan, youth in the mix, and more youth to get loaned in from that academy to get loaned out. So probably need to sell some players. Add some to the loan list, like Jurgensen. We've got 2 quality keepers here. This might take a while, so I'm going to get off of all the transfer listing and loan listing, and I will see you guys when we're selling some players. And by the way, I know there's position swaps to make, like Santos, maybe to a defensive midfielder. However, I'm holding out on getting a manager in first, so we have to play his formation. As let's get on with business, shall we? You can see Callum McFarlane's going to have to do a lot of walking in and out of this Chelsea Cobham training ground, with Dario Esugo out on loan first. Still a player I'm keeping. As the first permanently out player, said I wasn't a fan, Wesley Fofana. He goes Dortmund, as Garnacho's trying to become the most hated player in the world, and Damari Kellyman, the man who actually had to go to Chelsea for 40 million, in Tricky Todd's FFP negotiation. What is it called? Transfer scheming? Whatever the name is, we've got Dujuan Richards out to Sheffield United. Romeo Lavia's permanently gone. I'm trusting Asugo a little bit more, as I have been moving players like mad. Tyreek George, Jurgensen, Coleman. Neto goes out on a permanent. Disasi, I think Badashile, Jackson to Spurs. Guiu, Fofana. We've trimmed down to 34, which still isn't the number I want to be at, but is so much better. And a lot of speculation about Enzo, obviously linked with Real Madrid in real life. I think we might need to replace him at some point, depending on who our manager is, as we approach the first game now. And I kind of still don't want to bring someone in. We are actually running low on wingers. Malo Gusto's covering there. Plenty of centre-backs. Is this maybe a sign we need to get a manager who plays 5 at the back? As whoever it is, he's playing who I buy, and Neto and Garnacho out means Jamie Gittins might have to drop to the bench. I think I want a winger. Goalkeeper maybe last for now in Mike Penders. And I did say I wanted a centre-back, with now rumours linking players, not just Southgate as the manager. The media think I want Doué. Do they really think I'm gonna splash the cash that much? Yes, I'm a new owner with a new checkbook. We've got £364 million gathered up. But I'm still gonna be quite stingy, and I still do have extra strict transfers on. And I'm thinking, do we try something special? Bring Callum Hudson-Odoi back to the club? But then at the same time, I'm not being that stingy. I want a class player. Desiree Doué, obviously, I've just had a look at him. He's not the player I want to sign. I've got plenty of left mids, because it gives us that option of making them left wingers. If a manager wants to play that kind of style, and the most experienced player here is Luis Diaz, who I was thinking about. Thinking he was from the same nationality of Ecuador, like Caicedo, but he's Colombian, so I'm going to move on from him. Said El Mal looks brilliant, but we need someone now, which takes me to this 3-man shortlist. Goncalves has all the play styles. Baena we signed at Leicester City in that save, and then there is Alberto Molero. It's a massive release clause we will have to pay, but for this man with his talent, you know what? I might have to make a big name signing as the first signing as Chelsea gaffer, or not gaffer, owner, and I'm going to have to do it. 81.6 million for an 83 rated. However, this man I trust as the Chelsea future, as he was the man that was needed, not Gittins, not Garnacho, not the other one, Pedro Neto. 22-year-old, he's got that bit of experience playing at the top level of La Liga, so I hope whoever we get in as manager can actually utilise him, as now I want a central defender as well. I'm still trying to think of the new manager, because honestly, I'm not hiring anyone yet. I want to spend the rest of this money, or a rest of chunk of money, save some for January, and maybe we get a Spanish manager in, because I'm liking the look of the La Liga options. I say that, and then I'm scrolling through garbage. Usually the Serie A has options. We've got some brilliant centre-backs on our bench. But Fikayo Tomori, a Chelsea lad stuck over at Milano, and I think for that price tag, we've got youth players coming through. He was a youth player himself. The experience of this man coming back could obviously help the ones growing through, like Anselmino and like Mamadou Sarr. Let's offer 30 million. And here we go. Taking to the capital like we're not already basically there already. McFarlane's got another chance. Maybe he could be the manager. I can't lie though, I want a new one. And Cole Palmer, let's get rolling straight away. Fikayo Tomori is in, same as the new man Molero, if we can pass him the ball, forcing it towards him. And I've got to say, with the contracts, we're not doing the usual Chelsea thing under Todd Bowley. We're giving reasonable ones out. They're both on 3 years. And Estevao, we need him to play well. Molero was running through. Yuri and Timber deals with it nicely. Caicedo gives it into Palmer. Palmer now into Estevao. This half, wow, he's really breezed through. 33 minutes on the clock. Can we actually get a shot off, please? Estevao tries to keep the ball alive. Now Cole Palmer. If he gives it into Enzo, there's speculation about his future. He goes ahead and wastes the ball. Literally about 3 highlights. I'm going to say it's boring, but then I know we are facing Arsenal. At least it's semi-realistic. Sorry, Gunners fans. Don't mean to upset anyone. Just need to get playing even more. Estevao wins the ball. And can we try and counter on them? Cole Palmer threading over to the right. He used to be a winger in his very early days. That's the ball around the corner into Estevao. He's been the man delivering. João Pedro forces the first save in this second half. And we still have subs. We didn't sell every single goddamn player. They're getting ready to come on. We've got Gyökeres though, finding a ball through onto Martinelli. Mike Penders doesn't get there. Is that the first frailty shown? Do we need a new keeper? 1-0 down to the Gunners in this glorified friendly. What a ball by Gyökeres though. Probably gets the Kai Havertz treatment now when he gets pushed further back in towards a cam roll. I'm surprised Arsenal didn't bid for any of our players. Usually what they do. Victor Gyökeres finds Eze. It's 2. It's 2. I've made the subs. I might as well make more. Callum McFarlane, definitely not keeping the job now. We're going into Liverpool, the first game of the season, managerless. We need to get that gaffer in. Maybe this episode even. Although I do want to take my time with it. Cole Palmer gets the ball here off of Delap. We just cannot get past the Gunners at any given opportunity. As there's the whistle. 2-0. Martinelli and Eze. I mean, I have just signed 2 players for a combined fee of over 100 million. But I think it's time to invest more. I didn't invest in the kits this season. We have got more players out than we've got in. I mean, it's all off one game, this. Maybe I need to calm down, but we definitely need to look at gaffers because seeing that site really sickens me. As it's another guess by the papers. Now they think the manager should be Luis Enrique. People saying he might be done at Paris Saint-Germain. That's interesting. As I only want to play the first game of the season today because I really want to nail down looking at the managers. Anybody out of a job here? Right, Araiola's stayed. Unai Emery still at Villa. That says manager of Chelsea. Okay, a different manager for Ipswich Town. Interesting. Carrick's still in charge. I see no change in the Premier League. And Luis Enrique's still in a job. He's still at Paris Saint-Germain. And then in the Serie A. Okay, Cesc Fabregas is a shout for manager. Looking through. Right, I've noticed there's a manager missing. I am very excited. However, Arne Slot's Liverpool. Callum McFarlane's still in charge. He hasn't even put any markers on the tactical board. What's he playing at? That's a sign that we are a little bit underprepared. And it just seems like every top team has the same away kit. Liverpool, Arsenal. Is it a sponsorship thing? I don't know. As Malero into Cole Palmer. Palmer's going to take the shot on early doors. Right, let's beat Liverpool before McFarlane's actually gone. And we're going to get a new manager in, João Pedro. That's a good header. Tomori should have scored his first returning goal. Here at the bridge as Ekitike running through. Mohamed Salah now. He gives it into Cody Gakpo onto Ekitike. Chasing shadows just a little bit. Dominic Szoboszlai round the corner. Hugo Ekitike. It's brilliant football and it is a good save by Penders. Finally getting it right. His pre-season after the Community Shield must have been very hard worked upon as Caicedo. He's got a man out wide. We've kept the same team. Estevao in towards Cole Palmer. Why is João Pedro making every run wrong? Less of this stupid tippy-tappy rubbish football. Estevao into Cole Palmer. He looks for João Pedro again. He's just never in the right position. Another half flies by. Reece James doesn't look too happy. Doesn't look too bad, though, as McAllister, come on, into Liverpool in this Callum McFarlane tour. Farewell tour, that's what we're going to call it, because I'm going to give him the Carabao Cup game next, and I do want to get towards looking at our Europa League fixtures before we decide on what we're going to do. Here goes Malero inside to Enzo Fernandez. Bodies over on this right-hand side. Estevao. He's too good for the Europa League. He should be winning it. And he should be proving here that he is good enough to carry Chelsea along. His fellow national Brazilian player making a big save. Withers pushing from that moment on. No huge chances since the Estevao one, but a corner. Late on, João Pedro! Oh my days. Off he comes. Delap on. We've got Malo Gusto on. We're making changes to try and make winning moments happen. Not in Liverpool's favour. Gusto, you need to mark up because Reece James has been a little bit tricky with his fitness, unlike Gakpo. He's not being very tricky there. Pass it short. Out from the back. That's weaving stuff. Now Enzo Fernandez. Get that ball. Oh, Gravenberch. Really? Do you have to block that? Curtis Jones walking through the middle. The only scouser left, I think, in this Liverpool side. Mohamed Salah, what is he still doing here? Tackles flying in everywhere. 10 added minutes. Jamie Gitton's putting it through onto Delap. Palmer, if he can find Delap again. Estevao is arriving. Delap. Oh, they're not on the same wavelength. As I've simmed a few games forward, we got a win against Forest, a win in the Cup against Crawley Town, and a 1-1 draw with Arsenal. Not the worst, as Europa League announced. We've got West Brom, we've got Real Betis, Como, Cesc Fabregas will be meeting if he isn't hired as the manager. And in January, we will face Jose Mourinho's Benfica, as he still technically should be in charge. We're below Birmingham, below Leeds United. We haven't got a squad ticking yet. We've got a goal out of Palmer, or 3, same as João Pedro. 2 out of Malero, and a manager out of a job. We're going to go and hire him next episode. Leave your comments down below who you think it's going to be. Leave a like if you're excited for tomorrow.